Hi everyone and welcome to Sunday February post-out class, all about the men in our lives. And we're doing card 4, 5 and 6 today. Exciting. So I'm just come on just a fraction bit early, just so that everyone can come on and we can get started right on 1 o'clock. Hi Susan, good to see you. It's quite warm outside. I was looking outside a few minutes ago and now I've got spots in front of my eyes. Not a good thing when you go to do a video when you go into craft, because you don't want to see those little spots that from the sun. But that's what's happened. So give yourself a few minutes to get my eyes adjusted back to inside and not outside. It's awful when you walk inside and it's dark. So I hope everyone comes on. If this is your first time you've been on here, my name's Teresa Brown. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Warragul in Victoria. And yeah, it's so nice to be doing crafting with you today, and it's all about our men in our lives today. It's our post-out class, so if you're wondering what that's all about, it's one where I design 12 cards each month, and you can purchase them for $45. Everything's cut up except for the stamps, because we're not allowed to put the stamp sets into, or stamp images into the kits. So, but you do get a list of what I'm using, or you can use what you've got at home. You can always mix and match it with something else. Hi Tanya, good to see you. Yeah, so you can always mix it and match it with something else if you haven't got what I've got. So let's talk a little bit about, next month is booked out. It's all about our children. So that's going to be fun. It's all to do with the bugs and kids, which is a fun one. But I am taking bookings now for April, May. Now, that's a bonus. April, May is a double whammy. So you book into both and you pay for one at a time, or you can pay for both, whichever way you want to go. And you also get 2 tickets in each month, and 1 ticket in each month will go for the draw for the glass mat. But if you've got a glass mat and you win, you can take it to the equivalent to the glass mat to choose what you like. So that's a pretty win-win, I think, which is awesome. And that's for Mother's Day. So we've got April and May. So the draw for that will be done in the first month, the first week in May, so that hopefully you'll get it. Hopefully that's not Mother's Day, I'm not quite sure. What am I doing? I'll be doing all fun fold for all occasions. So it's a little bit more advanced class. It's got all different types of fun fold cards. Some of them you've probably made before, but with using different stamps, different papers. There will be a list of the products that I'm using that will go up for each month, and you'll find that in the event page. But yeah, lots of different fun fold cards, because I've been asked a lot about doing some fun fold cards, so that's what I'm doing. Hi Kay, how are you? Good to see you come on. Well, I think we better get down and do our first card. So we're doing card number 4. So grab your pack out for card number 4. Now, I still haven't heard from the winning ticket, which was number 55. So if you have number 55 in your kit, don't forget to let me know. And I'm quite sure you all got your little pin for your scissors or for your bag or for whatever last week as well, which is really great. I'll book you in, Tanya, not a problem, for the 2 months. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun, because it's just a little bit more than just playing cards. So today's pack, we're using the Peaceful Pier, and I wanted to just focus on the trees. And I love it when we can use one stamp set and we can do a lot of different cards with it. Hi Melissa Ann, how are you? Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It's really good to come on and say hello, say where you're from if you're new, and let's get started. Let's move down. So card project number 4. Now, if you have the lucky ticket is number 55, and I still haven't heard from anyone. So if you have that in your stash, if it's come out in one of your kits, let me know. Okay. And if no one's got it, I've got a feeling that it could be yours, Melissa, if no one's got it, because you said you were missing your raffle ticket. So who knows? If no one else has got it, you could be the winner. Okay, so today I'm focusing on the tree, and the reason I'm focusing on just this for a men's card. So what have we got in our pack? Let's scrub our pack out. Okay, oh, you've got a little sample pack today too, because I've had a lot of people asking me what the shimmer paper is like. So I've put a little sample of the yellow, the pink and the blue shimmer in there for you, and you can use it on a card in the center of a card. So you can make 3 different little baby cards up with this. It's absolutely gorgeous. So check out your sample pack that you got in your kit. That's absolutely gorgeous. Also in your kit you would have got a circle, 2 old olives, and 2 whisper white, or white I should say, an envelope, and then your card. Now your card is my normal card size, okay? So we're going to score it at 10.5. So not the cutting, we're going to score it. And then it's always good to grab your bone folder. Now, look, I did have it here because I've been using it all morning. But that doesn't mean to say it's still sitting on my table, does it? It should be, but it's not. Oh my God, how can you get in such a mess? Here it is. Does anyone else get in a real big mess when they're doing card making? Does everything just disappear when you put it out? I always say I have a little phantom fairy in my room that pinches everything that I need. Okay, so we just varnish that, and I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to put my green aside, one white aside, and we're going to start with our front piece. So we're doing sort of like a sympathy or get well card for a man, and I've chosen the little words here. Somebody knows, somebody cares, your name is a whisper in somebody's prayers, in somebody's prayers. And it's really cute. I love the little saying here in the stamp set, and sometimes you really got to look at your stamp sets and see what's in them. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our tree stamp out. So if you don't have this particular set, you can always use another tree. So we're going to put this on a block. Okay, I do love this one. It's quite gorgeous because it's a great one for sympathy. And I'm going to stamp this first, and I'm going to stamp it in Early Espresso. You can stamp it in Memento Black, you can stamp it in whatever colour you want to, but I've got the Early Espresso here in front of me, so I'm going to use it today. Okay, and we're going to come down sort of a little bit to the bottom, because we're going to put our circle with our words up there. So we're going to sort of come in about here. Press it down and lift it. And then we're going to clean it on our chamois, our nice clean chamois here. Look at that. My chamois clean, it's not going to be for long. Okay, put that over there for a minute. So you can colour with blends, you can colour this up, but before we colour, I'm just letting it dry. Before we colour, grab a scrap piece of paper, and look, I just ripped this on an angle. I just did a bit of a rip on it. Okay, so you sort of like got a bit of a rip, and I just grabbed one that I was punching the banners out of and the circles out of, and I just grabbed that. So, oh, and I put my fingers on there. That's okay. And we're sort of going to come down halfway for the sky image. And we're going to use the Balmy Blue and a blending brush. And we're going to go really light. Okay, we don't want this dark, we want it light. I'm going to put this over here for a minute. I'm going to load our brush up, circular motions, and go right around your ink pad as well. Like, move that around your ink pad, because if you just go in the middle all the time, you're going to suck up that ink from the middle, but spread it around the outside as well. Start on your scrap bit of paper, because you want to make sure that you don't get a dark solid line. You want to make sure that it's going to come out really light. So we want to do nice light. You don't have to press too hard either. If you want more control, you can put your finger on your brush. Okay, and we're just going to very lightly come up. Now, it's not a matter of just making the cards when you join these classes. It's also learning the techniques and how to make something look amazing. Leave a little bit of white around the tree area, okay? So come in and we get that like halo effect then around the tree if you leave a little bit of white. So you've only loaded the brush once, but you're going to keep just on rubbing it a little bit around and around just to get that nice blend through it. And we're just coming in over the edge of our ripped paper, and the same with over this side. And we're just coming in and just very lightly, okay, and you're sort of like just touching your paper, okay. Now, because I've got a brown mark up here that I put on with my finger just a minute ago, I don't normally, but I'm going to come in a little bit darker just in the corners to cover that up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to come in a little bit darker in these corners just to cover that up a little bit. But it's meant to be soft, so this particular one, but it can be a little bit harder if you want to on the corners and along the top. So I'm just going to add that harsh darker bit down one side a little bit just to cover up that, smudge. You can always cover up a smudge if you put a smudge on, okay? So we're just going to keep turning and keep blending. Okay, so now we have, I'm going to have to come in a little bit darker just to even this up on this side, just to make it look like it's just not plonk there as well. If you make a mistake, you don't want it to just look like a plonk. You want to, or your smudge, you want to make sure that you actually have it, that it looks like part of the card. Okay, so now it's sort of looking more like that dark bit's meant to be there. You can do your circular motion both ways, by the way. So you can come in and circle one way. So you can sort of see now I've sort of just darkened it a little bit around this area just to cover up my finger mark. I don't even know where it came from, but I got it on there. And we've got that nice white halo bit around here because we want that very soft, okay? So now we're going to swap over to Old Olive or whatever green you have at home. Okay, so we've got our green, make sure we've got our green brush. And once again, we're going to load up our brush, but load it up around the whole ink pad, Okay, so really make sure that you pick it up from around the whole ink pad, because that way you're spreading that ink evenly into your ink pad as well. So it's a good idea, especially if you use one colour more. Okay, so we're going to turn it around because we're going to have sort of a little bit of dark down the bottom and lighter coming up. Okay, so we're going to start off onto our glass mat or paper, whichever way you've got it, and we're just going to come up. And I'm just coming up, I'm not doing circular motions, I'm just coming straight up. So I'm just doing backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. Once you start going and it's not coming in with the colour, then you need to come in and pick up a little bit more. Actually wind it onto your paper or your glass mat and up and down, backwards and forwards. It's going to give you a different look to circular motions. It's going to give you a completely different look to, if you're constantly doing circular motions, you're going to get a smooth going up and down. You can come into one area a little bit more and it's going to change the look. Okay, also you're hitting along that edge, so you're picking up the colour and dragging it up. Okay, so it's really lovely. So once you do that, then you might want to grab yourself a tissue or paper towel or some baby wipes or whatever you've got there, and clean your desk off, clean the colour off. If you've got paper, you don't need to do it, but the glass mat you do. So now we've got the words that are going to go on to here, and that can be a bit tricky because they just fit in. They just fit in. So we're going to grab the words, and because they are red rubber, and I'm just going to grab a block. Now, when you're doing it with red rubber, have a go on a practice on a, or just do it on here. Have a practice on, I'm just going to put the lid on here for a minute and grab my early espresso. On a scrap piece of paper first to make sure that it's stamping correctly, that you've got it the way you want it. Okay, so just stamp it on some scrap paper. And you can sort of see that you've got a bit of a border around here, so make sure that you think about that when you're putting it onto your little circle. So you're going to line it up pretty well into the center. And perfect. I'm going to clean that. I love our chamois. Who loves our chamois? Tell me. Tell me in the comments what it is that you love about a chamois. A chamois is really good. Now, you probably have enough blue on your brush to come around the edge. If you haven't, you can always add a little bit more, okay? But try your brush first before you pick up any more ink, because sometimes you've just got so much on there, you don't need to add more. Depending on how light or dark you want it, if you want it just that little bit darker, then you might want to come and pick up a little bit. Just remember, it's solid, so once you pick it up, just give it a couple of taps so that you know that you're not going to get those lines straight in there. And just come around the edge. You can slightly come around lighter around one side if you want to. So just bring it in. And if you haven't got a sponge dauber, a blending brush, you can always use a sponge dauber or a piece of sponge. Okay. So you can sort of see that you've got that. And then if you want to, you can come in from the side and just come over the words a little bit. Just make sure they're dry. Okay, now we're going to pop that aside and we're going to start putting all this together after we colour it. So we're going to grab, and I forgot to grab my garden green or one of the greens for the tree. What did I grab? Lemon lime twist, that'll do. And we're going to colour in the around the tree area now with our blends. I like it when I do brown or a colour ink to let it dry a little bit. That's why I didn't colour it straight away. I like it to dry. If you're using the black, it's not so bad, but this one, you want to make sure that you let it dry a little bit. Just come in, add a little bit of colour down the tree. And then we're going to come in with our dark crumb cake. And we're just going to colour these rocks in. So we have some rocks in around here. And also don't forget to, I'm going to do our stem of our tree. Come back up into the tree area and add that stem area. A little bit in here. And then back to that green for our little bush in here. Darken this little bush up. And just a couple of taps on the little trees alongside of it. Okay, so you can do it as light or as dark as you want. So now we're going to add this to our whatever coloured mat that you want. I've got the old olive. Oh, come off, come off. And this is going to be stuck on here, so we're going to glue this on. Now, the girls that have actually got the kit, you've got all the measurements, okay? You're paying for your kit, you get all the measurements, everything's in there for you. So if you're wanting to take part and get all the measurements and everything else, yeah, don't think, you get everything in your kit, so it'd be a good idea to join the next one. No, the next one's booked out, that's our children's one. But the next one after that is our bonus one, April, May. So, and it's all about fun folds and all about different occasions. It's going to be a fun 2 months of fun folds, different cards. It's $45 for the month. If you pick up your kit from me, it's only $45. If you need it posted out, it costs $15, but I can't do it any cheaper than that. I've had them weighed and I try to keep them around the same price for the post. So we're going to come in with this on here, and then we're going to come in on our card front. But you get everything. You get your lucky door prize, you get, oh, and in our bonus month, you'll get 2 tickets. You'll get one for someone will get a Mother's Day draw, which will be the Glass Mat Studio. If you have a Glass Mat Studio, you can use the money to equivalent to that price to purchase whatever you like. And that will be our Mother's Day one. So booking to both April and May to get that extra bonus ticket during April, and being drawn, you'll get a bonus ticket in May, but it will be drawn the first Sunday of May. Can anyone tell me if that's Mother's Day? I think it's the 2nd, isn't it? The 2nd Sunday in May. Can't quite remember. And our new catalogue comes out in May, so hopefully our second lot will be done with some new stamps and new product. Which would be lovely. Great Mother's Day one. Great Sympathy one or Get Well one. Now, I did one earlier a lot lighter, so you can sort of see if you want to do that really light shadow effect around here, or a little bit darker. And I've gone a bit darker on this one because I had to go darker up in the sky. So I had to even it all out. So you can sort of see very soft, or you can do it a little bit darker. I've done a lighter tree on this one. I've done a darker tree on this one. So it just depends what you actually see, and there's no right or wrong, okay? It's just what you do and what you see. So we're going to have a quick 10-minute break because I like to do each video individually so that it's easier to find if you've got the kit and you want to go back and find it, especially when we have to go over onto YouTube because Facebook only keep our videos for 30 days, and then I'll transfer it across to YouTube. You can go in the search button and put down which one you're looking for. So hopefully I'm getting them all named the right way so you can search for them easy. So this was our first one. This was card number 4. So our next one is card number 5. So for those who have got your kits, go and grab your kits, make yourself a cuppa or get a glass of water and come back to your workbench, and we'll be starting right on 25-2. So I'll see you all then. Bye for now.